It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Lakers. Before we get going.
Hey, Kevin.
David, thanks for that. You always see Levens cheering on his teammates from the sideline.
And small things like that matter to a team over the course of a season. Levens is a well-traveled guy, and he knows every little thing.
So for the Pelicans, Jones comes in for Omer Ashik, and it's Hill in for Davis. The Lakers also making some changes. Dang comes in for Mozgov, and the Professor subbed in for Williams. So for the Lakers right now, the Professor in a two-guard. Julius Randle is out there with Dang. Then it's Ingram, and it's Russell in at point. 6 to shoot. Here's the Professor. The shot, no good. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Russell passes to the Professor, and he comes up with the deuce. And we're going to see Denver Levens in this one. Interesting story for him as he's bounced around just about everywhere. He paid his dues in Europe and the D-League.
Now he's just looking to find a permanent spot on a roster. I love the way he played when he was at Washington State, and he's great for a locker room from what I understand. Easy player to cheer for.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Evans. Pondexter comes in for Hield, and Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. Rez finishing off the play with the dunk. He won't miss many of those.
And you can just see him psyching himself up after a play like that. Nice slam by Prez.
Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Jones, no one around him. That one's off, still out of sync.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
You can't get in a much better position for the three than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Poke loose. Young with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh,
goodness. Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. The Professor, that shot off. And now the second quarter. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jones checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Hill comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Hields checked in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Drew Holiday in for Tyreek Evans. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Nance. Williams comes in for Luol Deng. The Professor's checked in for Young. And Levens is subbed in for Clarkson. So the Lakers 5 right now. The Professor, he's in at shooting guard. Williams is out there with Gian Lee. Then it's Mozgov, and it's Levens in at the 1 spot. Los Angeles making a switch here. Deng's checked in.
And for the Pelicans, to me, one of the things that's kept them out of the upper echelon are really a couple things. It's been their struggles on the defensive end and injuries. I mean, this is a team that has the length and the athleticism, and that's an area where you knew they could make some improvement. So last season was a bit of a disappointment.
Williams gets the bucket.
Man, I tell you what, Kevin, I don't know if anybody has a more relaxed shooting motion. Williams very efficient and easy with that stroke.
And they double up Davis. The kick out to Holiday. They get the rebound. Jones. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And that one falls for Jones.
And you know, last season was the worst in Lakers franchise history, just 17 wins. He suffered a 48-point loss to the Utah Jazz, tying the worst margin of defeat in franchise history. It's been a trying time in the team's history these last couple of seasons.
Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. There's 42 seconds left in the first half. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And you talk about the Lakers' history, incredible success up to 2010. In the 62 years of the team's existence, they'd played in half of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, remarkable when you look at that record. 31 finals appearances in 62 seasons. This team right now, though, extremely far away from that championship tradition.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Hield with it. He had 16 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did, keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Right side, Russell. With one on the clock, that one goes. Count it. Russell's got 4 this quarter.
They opened the gates, and he came through. D'Angelo, quick recognition.
And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers on top.
Bring it in, guys. Hey, great work in the first half. I love the energy, fellas.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Terrence Jones has checked in for Usher. Hill comes in for Anthony Davis. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Hield. And Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. We've got Tyreek Evans. Solomon Hill is out there with Quincy Pondexter. And then there's E'Twaun Moore. And it's Jones in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Nance a screen. Evans on the double team. Pass to Clarkson. Tries a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Clarkson's got 6 points.
You know, Clarkson really working on his range, and defenses better wise up to it.
And here's the fast break. Here's the professor. Finishes the break with a slam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Three-pointer, Pondexter. And again, New Orleans has no luck. One-on-one here. Here's the professor. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pelicans trail by 14. Knocks it loose. Young with the steal. Here's the professor, and the shot goes in. The professor's got 6 in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
This is a nice third quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here.
Here's Evans. 14 points for him. From deep three-point range, can't connect. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Lakers on top, going on a 13-0 run to end the period. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Forget about the score and let's compete. Just compete.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Taking a look at the Lakers. The professor in at shooting guard. Randall out there with Mozgov. Then it's Dang, and it's Russell in at the point guard position.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim. He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's the professor from deep. And it's Russell missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
The wide open look here for Holiday. And another three for New Orleans. Los Angeles leading by 16. Russell kicks to Randall. Back to Russell. Pass to the professor. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his third rebound tonight. And Holiday kicks to Hill. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now the feed to Hill. To take the lead. Up again. It's full.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's the professor. Mozgov up top. Passes it to the professor. It's good from beyond the arc.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. 19 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
You know what? Enough time that they can run whatever play they're most comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, they're in good shape here, in my opinion.
Like that.
Shot clock's off, but still enough time left on the game clock to really run your normal set here.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 2. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 3. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Davis has the open look, and he can't stop the run as he misses. And so the Lakers take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
What's up, Steve?
What's going on, Prez?
Guys back in the studio want to talk to you.
Perfect.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. The Professor.
Hey, Kenny here, man. You were a factor tonight defensively, especially with those steals. Now, is your team best when you create?
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan.
Got me for life. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
What are you doing, man?
Counting.
For what?
You know, make sure you stick to a routine. I don't want to jinx you or anything.
Look, don't do that, man. I don't believe in superstition.
No superstitions. I just want to make sure you stick to a routine, man. You're killing it right now.
Look, if I believed in that stuff, then what would all the hard work be for? I tell you what I believe in. I believe in this shot.
That one?
Not that one. This one.
Look, man. How about this? I'll change up every day. I won't make sure you stick to no routine. I just want to make sure, you know, you press, baby.
Look, man, just be yourself.
I'm being me, man. Watch, when you go under 50%, you be like, where was Denver? I need Denver to come and help me. See? Where is Denver? I need Denver to help me.
Just rebound the ball, man.
Got you. Brick.